we're in the last days. And I believe that perilous times are coming. I'm preparing, and I'm going to have you back tomorrow if you stay on the show. And we're going to talk about how to prepare. Could you give me the first 2 or 3 things that you could just say, let's just start it and get people going on it? What would you say you have to have to be ready for anything that's coming, whether it be an EMP bomb or a bomb or terrorism or whatever?
So this is what I would say. The first thing you want to do is ground yourself in reality, because this is how it usually goes down. We get stuck in this doomsday fantasy. Like, I mean, and this is what I mean by that. People are like, okay, what happens if we get invaded by radioactive alien zombies and they ride a wave of, electromagnetic wave from the solar flare? I mean, this is what they think. So it is so overwhelming as far as, well, what do I do? So forget that. Just get grounded in reality. First thing you want to do is this. You want to think about, what kind of disasters can I face where I live?
So where a person lives geographically.
Yes, because look, on the coast is different from in the Midwest. I mean, they face hurricanes, and we face tornadoes and earthquakes, things like that. But get grounded in reality first. So what is it that you may face? What's the highest probability of a disaster you may face? Once you have that list, now you can start preparing for that. And how you do that, or how you prioritize your preps, is by knowing what can cause you the most danger. And we call this the survival rules of 3. I can touch on that, or you want to wait for the next show? Okay.
Real quick.
Survival rules of 3 goes like this, and this will help you prioritize your preps and how you go about getting things prepared at your house. So the survival rules of 3 goes like this. You can go 3 minutes without air before you're going to die. So 3 minutes without air. After that, you're done. You can go, and this is the big one. If I were to ask people, hey, so tell me, in a survival situation, what's the most important thing you need to have? Most people would say food and water, and usually in that order. And there's 2 things higher than that in the list. So air's the first. 3 minutes without air, your history. The next one is shelter. And when we say you can go 3 hours in extreme, and this is what I mean by that. You have to control your core temperature. If you're in extreme heat or cold for 3 hours, you're done. You're done. So shelter is the most important. It comes before water, because we can go how long without water before we die? 3 days. That's right. And we can go 3 weeks. Some of us can go a lot longer than that, but we can go 3 weeks without food before we're in serious trouble. So if you know the survival rules of 3, now you can prioritize your preps. So first one is, well, of course, air, but shelter. So now look at where you are. If you're going to shelter in your house, which most people do, we don't bug out, we bug in. Okay. If something happens, you're not going to grab your bug out bag and leave and go out in the woods and live. You're not going to do that.
No.
You're going to go where your stuff's at, and it's probably at your house. And so so the first thing we want to check is shelter. Okay, am I good? Okay, I keep the rain off of me. Can I heat and cool that thing? Can I keep my core temperature controlled? Do I need some heat? Do I need some cool? Whatever. Clothing, blankets, extra blankets. How can you heat your house? Do you have a wood stove? Things like that. And then you go to water, and then you go to food.
Well, tomorrow you're going to come back, and we're going to really get into some of this, because God has said the alarm is red.
Yes.
The light is flashing. Get ready, get ready, get ready. And we're doing it.
We are.
We're doing it at our home. You just came and did an inspection through our house. And I'll tell you what, perilous times are coming.
They're here.
If you don't believe me, read the book of Revelation.
Yeah.
We are in that book.
We are.
And these things that are happening, what we talked about today on the program, about what's going on in the news industry.
Right.
We don't know who's telling us lies, who's telling us truth, and the people that are telling truth are being persecuted. So it's a perilous time. We're living in the final days. So I want you to be prepared.
Right. Yes.